Just a beautiful night in downtown Cincinnati. The Phillies and the Reds, game 3 of this NLDS. Phillies with an unearned run in the first inning. Orlando Cabrera committing an error. And a late addition to this starting lineup for Dusty Baker. But Johnny Cueto has pitched well. He has given up some hits. The Phillies have 4 hits through the first 4 innings. Cueto has issued the 1 walk as he faces the top of the Phillies order. And Joe, now the 3rd time through the batting order for Cueto.
And it was a good start for that pitch on Victorino. Took a little off on a breaking ball.
See what the Phillies have done tonight. Victorino is 0 for 2, but he hit one sharply in the second inning, out to Orlando Cabrera for the final out of the second. Ryan Howard with a couple of hits. Polanco, the lone run, scored. Yanks it foul again.
See how far inside that pitch was, and he yanked it almost into the Cincinnati dugout. He is so quick inside. The target's down and in. And had the inner third, and he pulled it almost behind him. It was just a show pitch to see if he would chase something out there. Change his eye level a little bit. See if they try that slider again and try it down and in. I'm going to try a backdoor.
Victorino doesn't chase. Count evens at 2-2.
To this point, though, Cueto's done his job, Brian. I mean, he's had base runners, but other than the unearned run, he's pitched out of trouble. Just needs the offense to kick it in gear.
And a bouncing ball out to Votto. He'll take it himself. Victorino is out. And now it's time to talk, brought to you by Charles Schwab. Moments ago, we chatted with Dusty Baker, the Reds manager, and we asked him about the decision-making process on getting Orlando Cabrera in the lineup tonight.
Well, our doctor saw him, and thank God, the modern medicine, and he was fine. He swung fine, he threw fine. I know he made an error today, but hey, man, he was all right to play the game, and I had Giannis to back him up if anything happened.
Dusty, in light of what happened in Game 2, what can you say to your club to help get that behind them and focus on today's game?
Well, it's already behind us. I mean, it was behind us when that game was over with, and the only thing you can do is just play today. The only thing in your control is today, and that's what I told my club. Let's go out and play. Let's play ball, and hey, man, I got a great feeling about today's game.
Well, Dusty Baker, his 3rd season as the skipper of the Reds, a couple of losing seasons in his first 2 years. The Reds last year 78 and 84, but Baker is a manager that has plenty of postseason experience, and he navigates this young club into the postseason again this year. 3 times the manager of the year, Dusty Baker. But he's had some rough finishes to his postseasons. The collapse in 2002 as the manager of the Giants. Baker was 9 outs away from a World Series win and a 5-0 lead. Of course, the Angels came back to win that, and then the Bartman contest of 2003 as Baker managed the Cubs, knocked out in the LCS. But he has found his way back, and he has a 2-year contract extension to show for it.
Well, they've got a bright future building here in Cincinnati. They've got some good young pitchers. One that you're watching right now in Cueto. We saw Volquez in Game 1. They got Mike Leake, who unfortunately got hurt during the season. Kid out of Arizona State.
Long run for Jay Bruce. He's there. And Polanco is retired. 2 up, 2 down for Johnny Cueto.
Homer Bailey, along with Bronson Arroyo and Aaron Harang, a couple of veterans. And they've got some big arms in the bullpen. So what they've got going on here is pretty strong in Cincinnati and should only get better.
And Dusty Baker and the general manager, Walt Jocketty. A couple of guys in leadership positions who have had a lot of success in the major leagues. Walt Jocketty, the general manager of those great Cardinal teams earlier this decade, and that World Championship team in 06. Chase Utley with 2 away. He is 0 for 2 against Cueto. That one is hit high and deep right center field. Back is Bruce. Back is Stubbs. Stubbs leaps, and that one is gone. Up and out of here as Chase Utley gives the Phillies a 2-0 lead. It looked like the fan made contact on the proper side of the wall. Stubbs saying he might have had a chance at an out, but as long as he doesn't lead over, it won't affect the home run call.
He couldn't get that slider down and in. Remember, they struck him out with one on his back foot last time up, and Stubbs gave it a great effort. He's 6'4", but it does not appear that the fans reached over the railing here, even though Dusty Baker's going to go out and ask Gary Cedarstrom what he saw. But Utley just golfed that hanging slider.
Well, remember that this is available for review. It is a boundary call, and you can see right down the line. And it looks like the fan is on the safe side of the railing there. But this ballpark, Joe, this is a ballpark that you see a lot of plays like this, and there's the questions of interference, and they had the most umpire reviews this year on boundary balls in the National League. The Minnesota Twins at Target Field had the most in all of baseball, and the umpires are going to go ahead and go to the video room and take a look.
Hey, to their credit, it doesn't appear that there's any grounds for any interference, but to their credit, they're going to make sure and get it right. And what I'm going by as much as anything, and I think our shot from right down the fence line kind of spells it out, but when you watch Drew Stubbs jump into the stands, his glove goes back into the crowd to try and catch it. It's not like he's jumping straight up.
And the key line in this summary here: need clear and convincing evidence to overturn a call. And the umpires, they'll leave one umpire out in the field, and this is what the box looks like. Now, these replays come from New York. They have access to all of our cameras, and they'll provide all the replays that the umpires need. It's the crew chief and the crew chief alone who will make the decision.
And I believe that's a toll-free call.
That is right. No quarters necessary. And there is the call. It is a home run. So John Hirschbeck, the crew chief, makes the call for a home run, and Chase Utley's clout will stand here in a 2-0 Philadelphia lead.
See how Stubbs is trying to reach into the crowd to get it and bring it back? It was a good idea to make that appeal, but no interference.
Pretty simple ground rules here in Cincinnati, but they do run into reviewable plays quite often because the fans are so close to the wall and can lean out over. But the right call was made, 2-0 Philadelphia. And here's Ryan Howard into the shift as Brandon Phillips takes care of him. Inning over, but the Phillies tack one on as Chase Utley belts a home run to give the Phillies a 2-0 lead.